me do something real quick, y'all. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. The funnel grad gotta make sure this is good before I get into the. You know what I'm saying? Before I get into the meat and potatoes, everything, I gotta make sure it's good. Let me put the ice out. Ice bling bling, baby, bling bling. Hold on. Y'all gotta make sure y'all doing this for y'all start y'all streams. Man, I don't really be streaming on YouTube. I'm Gucci tell it to me 2 times. Yeah, we good. We got it locked in. We got it locked in. What's going on, y'all? Funnel grad, what's going down? Y'all say, like I said, F Twitch. We go to YouTube the money way, the trill way, the real way, 100% of the time. Now, look, I reacted to a lot of things already when it came to this J5 and DDG beef, but I feel like I gotta keep reacting to it so I can give y'all that real. A lot of people, y'all, they ain't giving you that real. I'm gonna give you that real. So if you want to know the real, let's get it straight into it and see what's going on. Because J5 said he gotta expose DDG for capaholics for capping.
You to come thumb wrestle and 1v1 in basketball. You feel me? Like,
right.
Dang, that, like nobody's doing that, bro. Like at a point, somebody gonna have to be like, I'm not going for this. You feel me? Like everybody's not the same. I'm not the same as every other. You feel me? Like you can't just talk to a stupid crazy and expect a nigga to just be like, oh, it's cool. Like we can come back from that. That's like your girl cheat on you various times, and you like, yeah, we keep getting back together. Like nah. Like, if she cheat on you more than once, you're gonna be like, man, I'm cool off that. You feel me? Like, that's just having self-respect. Now, somebody who doesn't have self-respect, they not gonna do that. You feel me?
True.
They gonna,
that's true.
You know, feel like they need you or need you in their life to prosper. I don't need you in my life to prosper. And I'm not saying that you're not successful. I never discredited your success. You are very successful. I am actually grateful that you're very successful. I'm happy for you, man. Like, that's never been an issue in the game. Like, I've never, bro, trust me, bro. Like, me, bro, the reason why I'm so blessed is because I've always waited my turn, bro. If the next to me is blessed, what you think finna happen to me? What you think? Like, God is in the neighborhood. He finna come knocking on my door. You feel me? I've never been the type of person to count somebody else's blessings. I've never been that type, bro.
No cap, real fact though.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to burp. I ain't.
It's fight all the time. This is what we do, right? This is how I do. It's like I don't do that. Like I might come on here and I might be childish. I might play around, troll like that. But at the end of the day, I would never talk up somebody PR or somebody face card over a petty little beef, right? This could have been squashed. This could have been over with. This shit could have been fixed. I'm gonna break everything down, right? And I'm gonna do this stream. It could have been over with. It never had to be this deep. That's why when y'all was asking on the first day where's Cinco, I'm like, whoever in the group is in the group. I didn't say, hey, Cinco did this, and this is why he not here. This is I literally was ignoring it. And it was getting to a point where y'all stopped asking. Y'all was just enjoying the content, right? Y'all just, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Eventually, y'all would stop asking for Cinco.
Yeah.
So that was my plan. I'm like, I'm not gonna bring it to the internet because at the end of the day, I care about this. No matter if I don't with him now, I don't want to see them lose. You know that.
And this is why I say, like, that's why I be wanting to drop the messages. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's really avoiding.
But why we gotta focus on dropping the messages? Why can't y'all just make a little money off each other? You know what I'm saying? Do a little tango. Little tango, make a little money on off each other and go about y'all day, bro. Why we gotta drop messages and expose each other and do all this crazy ass shit? We don't have to do that. That's just my opinion, though. We don't gotta do that. Y'all want to do that. That don't mean you have to do that, though. Y'all doing the most. Like, what are you finna gain? Like, what are you gaining from this? That's my opinion. What do you get out of dropping these messages and exposing one another? Y'all both bringing each other down, slime. What are we doing? Ain't no point even doing that shit, man.
In the messages, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be the one to show the message. Like, I seen a lot of people say, like, oh, Cinco show up, but like, I came out and said a service level answer, then somehow found a way to flip it on. You know what I'm saying? I'm a negative. I'm a cold for bringing it to the net, and so why would I show the message? That's why I'm like handing him the like, dang.
But no, he got a point though. I see. I'm on your side, J5 a little bit, but you also got to understand you brought it to the internet, so he just responded to what you say. So it ain't like he trying to go above and beyond your shit. It's like you brought it to the net, bro. So you had a burden of proof to be like, okay, this is the messages. This was going on. He did this. He did that. That's what was this all stemming from. You not trying to show the messages, so it's like, okay, what are we talking about? If you gonna show the messages, show the messages. If you're not, you're not.
You show the messages. I don't want to show it because I don't want you to try to flip it on me. You show it. We know what happened in the messages. You know what I'm saying? We know. You feel me? But bro, I'm not gonna do that, gang. The keep making it seem like it was something so small, gang. The last couple messages in our group chat, gang, the said you and it's you for life. After we
That's
fight,
crazy.
we not homies no more.
That's crazy.
We not this. So it's like, bro,
I don't know
why
the
do you keep
context
making it
for
seem
it.
like it's something we could just come back from? Like, you know, and I don't say that from a revengeful place. Like, sometimes I just, like, as far as the era I'm in now in my life, like, I'm trying to just become a better man on some real ass. You feel me? Like, I've been in the gym every day, consistent with my bros. I've been, you know what I'm saying, watching hella sermons. Like, you know, and I feel like it's like, to them, it's like so taboo for a man to grow up, bro. I'm 23 years old, bro. Like, forgive me for trying to find myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, a nigga can't be a better man. You feel me? Like, and people, and I hate, that's why I be separating. I don't mean to use that word hate, but that's why I be separating from people, bro.
Right.
And I'm not even looking at my chat. I took that shit down. I just want to talk, bro. I'm not trying to read comments. I'm not trying to see no views, no none of that. I just want to speak exactly what I mean. But it's like people like this, bro, you cannot grow around, bro. You can't grow with these. You know what I'm saying? And not Twitch, bro. Like, that's their problem. They think growth is like numbers. Like, growing is numbers. No, bro. Growing spiritually, growing mentally. Like, these.
You talk about a whole bunch of shit that don't matter for real. This shit didn't really have to do nothing with you growing spiritually and mentally and all this other hyperbole you trying to throw in there. It had nothing to do with that, bro. You trying to take this and send it to a whole other place ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. It's got to do with the fact that y'all got into. I ain't gonna say you did anything particular, but from what I'm understanding, he was talking to you crazy. You was talking to him crazy. You was trying to fake press him. He didn't like that. He pressed you. You ain't like that, and just went from there. This ain't got nothing to do with you being a better man. Shout out to you for doing that shit though, for the grade. But like, that ain't really what the point of this is. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to just go ahead because you going on tangents.
Dealing with it.
Yeah.
I got shit in my life that I'm already dealing with.
Which I feel like is why he talks to everybody like that, because he has a lot of fish to fry. So the be like talking and like crazy, like probably be taking his anger out on, to be honest, bro.
Think I give a
Damn, this ain't my YouTube Premium account.
Put it on that YouTube Premium, boy. Yo, ass sure.
A little petty ass beef with Cinco, bro.
Yeah.
I got way bigger shit to worry about.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm gonna react to his video and I'm gonna break it down. Now, I'm gonna say this. Cinco, after this, stop talking about me. Stop talking about me.
Okay. So after this, y'all, like, he said his piece, but he just missed a lot of gaps. He just like didn't say a lot of things. You feel me? So after this, I will stop talking about this. For sure. Like, I didn't want to come on here and have to do this, but bro was like, bro, he said so much. It was like, come on, gang. Like, he was saying some, but that's why I'm like, I gotta come clear this up. And after this, I don't gotta talk no more. You said your truth, I said my truth, and we could just go on about it, bro. Like, it literally.
And that's coming as, and that's not a threat, none of that. I'm just telling you from experience that continue to go with me, keep going back and forth with me. They never win. Leave this shit alone. Do your content. Do what you do. You feel me? You ain't never gotta talk about me again, bro. We ain't never gotta shake hands. We ain't gotta do nothing.
For sure.
My life gonna be great regardless.
For sure.
Your life gonna be great regardless.
Yes, sir.
Don't make your whole content about me.
I never did,
You ain't
bro.
stream every goddamn day. You ain't do all this content creation to talk about DDG every day.
Yeah.
So let this be the last time.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna troll the fuck out of you.
Okay.
I'm
What's going on, buddy?
Trolling for
What's going
him
on, gang? I
is
see you in the chat, gang. What's going on, gang?
Feel, but he just disguised it as trolling. Like, you feel me? Oh, this is that, but I'm trolling. Like, I'm just letting y'all know.
Today.
Yeah.
But after today, I'm not gonna talk about you no more.
Yeah.
All right?
I hope not.
I'm gonna explain why me and Cinco.
Nah, you just being
I'm
petty.
Explain why everything happened.
Yeah.
You just being petty now.
Down to the wire.
Now you trying to pop
I'm a
it.
real nigga though, so I ain't finna sit here and expose a bunch of still bro code regardless. I'd never be that type of nigga that.
This nigga just be making excuses, bro. Just show.
I ain't gonna lie. So now Cinco trying to pop it on. I ain't think Cinco was gonna take this route. Now that I see what's going on, Cinco definitely trying to pop it on him and be like, Nick, you doing too much talking. Whatever you want to say, just say. He on that type of time. Like, let's get to the point. Like, DDG tried to come at me like he still was respectful about the situation though. He kind of came at it a little, you know, but at the end of the day, yeah, we had some words and messages and shit. But for you to go on the internet and make a whole video, and it ain't even like you made like a little clip like, yeah, I won't be a Capaholics, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that, but hey, still come over here, we finna whoop you whoop. You ain't do that. You came on here and was overly like, hey, bro, yeah, this nigga tripping. I ain't finna say no names, but we all know who I'm talking about. And yeah, his ass be tripping. We try to talk to people crazy. I ain't going for that. That's out of nowhere. I got blindsided, bro. I'd be a little, you know, up in the arms about that shit too.
The messages, bro.
What the fuck?
Like, he just don't want to see. He don't want y'all to see how he talk, bro. Like, he don't want y'all to see this shit, bro. Like,
to break no type of code, none of that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let y'all know why it's going on since this is trying to like literally. If you go to his TikTok repost, bro.
Yeah.
If you go to the TikTok repost, this reposting everything negative about me.
yeah.
from girls that I'm cool with to the DDG is a narcissist and this and that. Like the nigga literally trying to create a narrative. Like he's not posting anything negative about himself.
Yeah.
Everything about me, mind you. Like
yeah.
oh my God, I just gotta react to the video so I can really explain it.
Yeah, please.
And I let people sit here. You know, people gonna always paint me as a bad guy regardless. But one thing about
he pauses every 2 seconds.
What a narcissist is. Just
keep talking to. Hold on, let me
so
see.
we can like just see if it relates to what he does.
Let's see. Does narcissist relate? Let's see.
Definition. A person who has an excessive interest in a murder. Yeah, I mean that ain't. But who's not a mental own importance? Okay. Yeah. Yes. Oh, people with this.
I mean, I don't know. I guess you could say that. Goddamn. You could say that. Goddamn. Describe him. I ain't really trying to. It could. It couldn't. We don't really. I ain't finna call somebody a narcissist. Like at this point, he don't have a good. I wouldn't say he got a good reason to be a narcissist on Fun and Grave, but he trying to defend himself. I can't call you a narcissist for that.
That I wanted, you know what I'm saying? This isn't something I was trying to do because I see a lot of. I'll let y'all know right now, bro. This is a script that I would never participate in. It's not a script.
Yeah.
Right?
No, definitely. No, for sure. For sure. For sure.
Said, I'm not doing it. Look at us. Make eye contact with us, Cinco.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I'm gonna say this before. Like, I bet this whole reaction. One thing he tries to do, he tries to make it a joke, so y'all don't take it serious. Like, yeah. So y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Y'all just more focused on him entertaining like a comedian. Like, you know what I'm saying? He takes it away from the like what. Trying to really say like that. I'm telling y'all what he do because I know this nigga, gang. This is what he do, gang.
Narratives. People talking about it's because my girl. Like, first of all, I just need that in the book right there. I did auditions for Argue My Ball. What the? Does that have to do with anything? What?
I said this is. See, he doesn't listen. Like he's the type of nigga. He just reacting. Like he's already jumping in his chair. Like bro. How many seconds are we in? I can't even see. How many seconds are we in? I think we probably like 10 seconds in. This right here. Like we probably like 10 seconds in, gang. Then already jumping in his chair, gang. Like
I ain't gonna lie, it just seemed like I'm kind of sort of neutral in the situation now. See, originally I was on Cinco's side because DDG do have a history of like ego with niggas and little bro with niggas and shit. So I was on DDG side. Then I started seeing Cinco's side, sorry. Then I saw DDG reaction and now I'm seeing everything that's going on. I'm kind of neutral and like y'all both tweaking. But Jay Cinco do hold a bare responsibility because you took this shit to the internet, bro. Ain't no one take this to the internet. Like, yeah, y'all had hashtag, whatever, messages, whatever. Like, me and Mako can have an argument today. Get into it. I'm not finna come on the internet. Like, we stop being cool, all type of shit. I'm not finna come on the internet and be like, yeah, man, F Mako, he woot-de-woot. Now I'm gonna drop this video because we ain't cool, no, bro. Like, even if, like, man, leave that shit in the streets, I feel like niggas was trying to make content off this shit. Now you clap back, be like, yeah, nigga got you. Ha ha, I'm finna treat you and come at you like, I ain't really agreeing with the program, man. Like, I see what you trying to defend yourself, and I respect defending yourself, but you starting to, y'all both taking the bait. I ain't really rocking with that shit, man. I hope both of y'all just clean it up. Go do y'all own thing. Cinco, you dating Lala. DDG's DDG. Everybody getting money, man. Go be happy somewhere. That's what I say at this point. God damn, y'all nigga just go. It's like some petty, like I'm hearing this shit, it's like some petty ass shit. Like he just talking like, but I ain't gonna say it's cool girl or nothing, but hey, what you doing? You over here tripping. Oh, Kenny. We finna go ahead and get in to it. Alright. Now if you don't know, there was. Gotta click it, make sure it's in HD. Oh no, great. Sometimes you gotta make sure it's shit in HD. If you don't make sure it's shit in HD, then you not living right, homie. But look. I ain't gonna lie, it's be a lot of crazy stuff going on in Iraq, but this is like one of the more crazier things. I say the craziest shit that happened in Iraq. JoJo, the Bus Stop brothers, RP. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but both that shit like kind of messed Chicago up. No. JoJo, Tuka, Bus Stop brothers. And I say honorable mention like stuff like this and another girl that got hit, Hadia, in front of RP Hadia, she got hit too.
Terrence Pearson, aka THF2 Pistols, TP for short, is one of the original members of the Trigger Happy family.
Yeah.
On Cottage Grove, it was some two project buildings that was right there. Like that's why I was born at. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't come from nowhere else than come on 47th Street. Like I was always right there. That's how that first shit started with me. Yeah. As a shorty here, yeah.
In the beginning, they were doing regular bad things like skipping school, smoking, fighting, and shooting paintball guns.
Doing regular bad. Throwing rocks and hitting with paintball guns like that. As a kid, just fighting. You know that
badass kids ain't nothing to do.
Smoking weed. Yeah. Regular little kids.
However, it wouldn't be long until they traded their paintballs for real bullets.
According
to TP, he started rapping in 2009.
I started rapping like maybe 09 or something, like just with it.
In the mid-2010s, as Chicago's drill wave begun to reach its peak, he stamped his name in drill history when he released Bus Stop, a scathing diss track that referenced two of the most infamous murders in Chicago drill history that took place at bus stops. This would be referring to 051 Young Money's Lil Mark and Shondell Gregory, aka Tuka, one of the most famously disrespected names in Chicago history. While the Bus Stop track would cement TP in Chicago drill history, his life in the streets would catch up with him, and prison heavily slowed down his career.
But what I don't be understanding is, gang, when niggas drop songs like Bus Stop, and they be trying to say they smoking Tuka, they hit on JoJo and all this extra shit, what do y'all expect to happen? That's why I never understood. Like, okay, you try to be disrespectful, cool. What you think's finna happen though? Like, you think someone's ever finna forgive you for that shit? Are you even thinking about this long term? Like, bro, you gonna start some shit that can't be stopped, that can't be finished, even if you move away. Like, Breezy is in wherever he locked up in right now. He's probably got to deal with some backlash. Or some GDs be like, oh yeah, you owe that with me. Like, he still got to explain that shit probably to this day. Because everybody think you GDK.
I've been doing this before. I've been doing this for a minute.
You feel me? Like, what's going on?
Twisting my ride up a little bit. See what I'm saying? Jail twisted you? Yeah, for sure. But
by late 2023, he was consistently dropping new songs and letting fans know he was about to begin his next chapter. Then in February 2024, a short video called Making History that, given upcoming events, sounded almost like a memorial to his life and an eerie prediction of what was about to happen.
Now I can really overlap and say what I really want to say instead of running out of breath or...
With people in the comments stating that the eerie music in the background had them feeling like THFTP knew his death was coming. On February the 7th, 2024, Terrence Pearson, aka THFTP, had taken his daughter to the TNT restaurant to interview its owner for her black-owned business school project, about 20 minutes away from his block on 46th. As TP, his daughter, his girlfriend, and another young relative exited the restaurant on 5405 West Madison Avenue around 6:40 p.m., surveillance video captured the moments leading up to his death. A white Nissan pulled up alongside them, and two gunmen jumped out and fired at TP at least 25 times, hitting him multiple times right in front of his daughter. The assailants got back
crazy work. And you gotta think about it, bro. You know how much you gotta hate a nigga to do some shit like that? Like, you really got to hate him. You have to want this person gone, out of there, adios. You know how much you gotta really dislike a person for say to do that to you in front of the kids? Shout out to them for not hitting the kids though. It's still messed up they did it in front of the kids, but a lot of other people would have took it a whole different way. Shout out to him for not doing it, like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't know, man. It should be crazy, bro. The street should just be insane. That's why you got to get out. You can't be trying to dibble and dab and trying to be here and be cool. You can't do that. You got to get up out of there while you can.
Made a U-turn and sped off down Madison, leaving TP collapsed in the street with his daughter's blood-stained school project beside him. He was later pronounced dead at the Loyola University Medical Center. This was a huge loss for the gang, considered by some to be a drill pioneer for THF. Soon after, the news of THF-TP's passing reached the people close to him, and members from THF would post their heartfelt messages in honor of their friend. Amongst the mournful included others that vowed to get revenge. THF Bezu posted a photo of him and THF-TP, captioned that he should be pushing peace, but the streets wouldn't let him. THF Lil Law captioned his photo of THF-TP with the promise that so many of their ops were about to be on their way to meet him in the afterlife. Meanwhile, as detectives were trying and failing to piece together the tragic Westside murder and to find who was responsible, rumors online would immediately point fingers towards the longtime THF enemies 051 Young Money. Because just as posts paying respects to TP started appearing on social media, several 051 Young Money members got online to shout out one of their fallen members, 051 Lil Law, who, as previously discussed, had been suspiciously gunned down in 2022 while walking with a girl in the late evening through THF 46's hood. 051 Driller would chime in, seemingly warning all of THF from crashing out as a result of TP's exceptionally brutal murder. But perhaps most revealing was 051 Kiddo's Instagram story post, a photo of Lil Mark, the same 051 member, mocked in TP's hit song Bus Stop. Strangely, Kiddo would happen to get arrested on a gun charge soon after TP was killed, with many on Reddit suspecting that he had actually been picked up for the murder of TP. Kiddo was eventually released and never charged officially with any murder, and one of his first stops.
That shit crazy. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's crazy as hell. Like, I ain't saying he ain't fighting back, okay? But he going there getting his ass beat. Like, he got black eyes, all type of shit. Motherfuckers in there whooping folks' ass. I don't like. Man, that street shit just ain't right, bro. Because I seen one video, bro. I swear to God, I seen the video one day that changed my life. A nigga was in prison. He was talking to the big homie. The big homie is pretty much on his ass like, whoop, ain't you killed so-and-so? Ain't you, you clicked up with them? He was like, no, and he just started getting his ass whooped. Then I remember he started getting his ass beat so bad he fell on somebody's bed. Then he was like, nigga, get out of my house. And somebody hit his ass. It was bad. He was on, oh my God. That street shit. Not what you think. You gotta be smooth. Because you can end up in this situation. Black eye. Bow. This shit crazy. This shit for real, shorty.
Was No Jumper, where Remo would ask him how he felt about TP being killed in front of his daughter, to which he would give Remo a blank stare and say, I don't know, while also denying he'd ever seen the video, his silence perhaps speaking louder than words.
Might have that kid or baby mama with them, might give them a pass, or how often is it where like they don't even care about shit like that in Chicago anymore?
Oh no. See.
Yeah.
At least he said, I don't know. He ain't on here like, you know.
Talking about is, it's pretty horrendous. It's tough to watch.
Yeah, I ain't never seen the video.
I feel like anybody that's seen it probably made a pretty big impact on them because it's just
it's crazy. It's crazy work.
Ironically, the top comment on the video would hilariously point out that this is one of those clips that you might see played in a Trap Lore Ross documentary, with the responding comment saying that Kiddo hadn't seen the brutal TP killing video because he might have been there. But while Kiddo stayed silent in the interview, he didn't in the booth, dropping a snippet in March 2025 with a line saying, I got TP in my wood. And by June, Kiddo and Driller had a record together called Last Op, where Driller rapped how TP had made the Bus Stop song and now he's over with. 051 was clearly looking at the death of TP as a huge win, and they were certainly ready to capitalize on the rumors that they were behind the murder to fuel their rap careers. But meanwhile, there had been another scenario happening behind the scenes that, if looked at closely, could provide an alternative answer as to who was really responsible for the murder.
Let me hear.
THF's notorious reputation in the streets wasn't just limited to shootings and murders. As early as 2012, they had also developed a reputation for robbing people, with one member, THF Trouble, aka Gino, having numerous tweets related to him and the gang robbing their ops, even including a specifically passionate tweet that said, I love robbing, I was born a snake. And of course, there's also the much more recent example of THF allegedly robbing Memo 600 of his jewelry. But one of Trouble's old tweets from 2012 would become a grim foreshadowing of events that would occur more than a decade later. As Trouble responded to a THF Rome tweet about going to war with the West Side by saying he already robbed a lot of them. Over a decade later, on January the 9th, 2023, Chicago rapper Lil Zay Osama would post a reel on his Instagram previewing his song Glah Glah Part 2, while his caption would send a message, nobody took anything from me and these dudes aren't my homies. Seemingly general post until that same morning when Zay got on his Instagram story and told the real tale. In a lengthy post, he claimed that his watch had been stolen straight out of his hotel room while he slept. While he confronted the suspects about it, they put it on their dead homies that they didn't steal from him. But Zay wasn't buying it, and he sent them a menacing warning saying that nobody is going to stop him from putting
this shit is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. And the fact that he posted this and 5 people died after this, bro, like this is like, I don't know, bro. I've seen a tweet. Someone was like, yeah, Chicago crazy. They niggas just be on Twitter just goddamn saying crazy shit. Hour later dead. It's like, I don't know what's going on for real. He posted this on his story. It started going down for real. I don't know, bro.
He even tagged 2 of the people he accused of thievery, these guys being known as Kino and La Fadada, both members of THF. Kino would respond right away with a post to his story calling Lil Zay dumb, indirectly dismissing the accusation. Then came another post saying that if he did take the watches, then he would be on Instagram flashing them, but also adding, if Zay wants to do something about it, then so be it, which sounded perhaps a little too defensive for someone claiming innocence. La Fadada, the other culprit, played it much cooler and just responded with a subliminal post to his page with a caption saying, believe nothing you hear and some of what you see. And then in 2025, during a No Jumper interview, Zay finally explained how the theft went down, saying that he had taken his watches off to sleep, thinking that he was around friends, but these supposed friends would end up taking the watches while he was unconscious.
I took my watches off, both of them, and put them on the front room table. You feel me? I wake up the next morning, bro, like 7 in the morning, bro. Gone, you hear me? Now, I'm thinking back on last night. They came in the room and waked me up. Cause we was buying something from them too. You know what I'm saying? So bro, I get them the money for while I'm kinda like sleep, you know what I'm saying? I get them the money and I fall back to sleep. They merchant on every dead homie in the book that they didn't take it, they didn't got it, they don't know what I'm talking about. I need to check my homies.
While THF certainly had some history of snaking people, even those who were supposed to be close to them, the case of Zay Osama was still different, as his set 6300, aka BSC from the southwest of Chicago, was a block that had no history or issues with THF. And on top of that, Zay was tied to OTF, Lil Durk's label, which had strong connections with THF. That made the situation much trickier, because Zay is a well-respected figure in Chicago, and as he said, nobody was going to stop him from what he was going to do, not even Lil Durk. On September the 6th, 2023, Zay Osama would drop a song called That time again, where he made his intentions clear to his own hood, basically implying if they find the THF members in the county jail, they should stomp them for stealing his watches. And even when it seemed like Zay's plans had hit a wall, when he was hit with an indictment all the way in New York for allegedly leaving a gun in an Uber, just 2 weeks later, the city of Chicago was rocked to its core when THF-TP was executed right in front of his daughter. The fingers were pointed at 051 as they were the obvious suspects given the history, but THF had other suspects in mind. 1 month later, on March the 12th, 2024, a car on the 6800 block of South State Street was ambushed in broad daylight and 2 men were gunned down.
We do have breaking news to tell you about. Police are investigating a double homicide on the South Side. That's the scene this afternoon on the 6800 block of South State Street. It's near the Dan Ryan. Police say 2 unknown suspects fired
right by Dan Ryan
from a car. The victim's car then crashed into a wall. 2 men, aged 30 and 22, died at the University of Chicago hospitals. Police say the shooters drove off in a silver vehicle and are not in custody.
One of the men killed happened to be Man Man from the Bassville set, better known as BVC, who has deep ties with 6300, the very set claimed by Lil Zay Osama. When news broke of Man Man's death, a chilling photo of him laying lifeless in the driver's seat of his car began to circulate, and THF reposted the picture, ruthlessly mocking him, which would be a confusing post to many, as THF and BVC had no known beef at this point. In August, THF Lil Law was still sending shots, dropping his song McNugget, which included a cryptic line that suggested that they had already gotten back for TP, as he mentioned how somebody had already got killed but he can't talk about it. The next month, Chicago videographer TD with the shot posted a video where he captured THF G-Baby rapping in the studio. In the clip, he rapped how a rapper had gotten his stuff stolen because he thought people were his friends, a seemingly innocent line, but the reaction told a different story. Bashville member BVC Von reposted the clip in anger, accusing G-Baby of lying in his raps, writing that nothing was took, it was stolen, and that now there's blood everywhere, a sign that Lil Zay's missing watches might have gone from a petty situation to a deadly one. By February 2025, Lil Zay Osama was finally released from prison, but his 14-month sentence wasn't nearly enough time to make him forget about his watches. And on June the 13th, 2025,
you can't forget about that
snippet for his song One As I Love, where he would say, Man, he from the one, he got that get back for that watch. Blatant admission, seemingly tying his ally, who had recently been killed, as a possible get back to the murder of TP. And just in case you weren't satisfied with that amount of self-snitching, the next day, Lil Zay's brother Big Folks reposted the clip, quoted the line, and added 2 words at the end, FTP. In August, while Zay was on a promo run, he would pull up to do the No Jumper interview where he would address a number of things, but particularly chilling would be his thoughts on using a member of a group to hurt the rest, perhaps hinting that if they couldn't get the actual thieves, they got TP instead as collateral damage.
If smoke you, we know they gonna hurt too. So guess what? We don't get we smoking you. You get what I'm saying?
I can't be mad at that though. Like, you can't really be mad at that, bro. Like, you stole 2 watches off me. That's at least 100K. Close to it, at least 80 to 100K. You stole 2 watches off me, right? Bust downs. Then you act like the immersion on everybody that you didn't do it. So now you got me looking at my homies crazy. Then I'll come to find out that you really did do it, but you still not claiming it. Then 2 years later, now you claiming it and talking about you stole the watches and shit. I ain't picking sides. I'm just saying it how it is, gang. That's crazy. That's crazy. We got to stop, bro. Can't niggas just apologize for shit, bro? I'm just saying, I ain't trying to laugh, bro. But I'm tired of seeing people smoke. Like, I'm tired of people seeing people that die, bro. Like, we gotta stop doing that. Just apologize for some shit. If you did some dumbass street shit, man, alright, cool. Just go on about your day, bro.
Like a viral video of THF-TP. He was walking with his kids, and that went, you know what I'm saying?
Funny as hell, bro. You fried, bro. Leave.
And of course, he ain't finna goddamn admit to nothing. But I ain't gonna lie, yeah, a lot of shit did stem from them watches. A lot of beefs, a lot of deaths, a lot of shit stemmed from them watches, bro. I ain't gonna lie. On both sides, it's just crazy. I don't know why we gotta do all this, man. I don't know why people just can't get money together. I'd rather get some money with them. Or Shursky, I'd rather get some money with you for beef. Not finna be. Not doing. See, we finna see. I heard Baltimore going crazy. Baltimore going crazy, so I want to see what's going on in them streets. Because a lot of people be saying they're going crazy, but they really don't. So that's why I gotta check it out and be the, I don't want to say I'm a voice, but sound like it.
Devontae Harrison rose out of Baltimore as a rapper known for tracks like Air Day and Lit Up, but his career quickly collided with federal charges that revealed a double life tied to drugs, guns, and the streets. Federal prosecutors said Harrison was moving heroin, fentanyl, cocaine, and crack while also carrying a Glock with an extended magazine, and in 2021 he was convicted on conspiracy and firearms charges that earned him a 15-year federal sentence. Court filing.
Stupid as hell. 15 years in the feds. Nigga ain't getting out till at least 30, 40. For what? I just don't be understanding, bro. Y'all be giving y'all life up to the streets for what? They finna go to jail. Nobody ain't finna put money on your books. I don't even know. I don't want to know how I feel to be in jail and nobody put money on my books. That sounds horrible. Nigga, I'm in here broke. I'm in prison broke. Now I gotta hustle and do all this shiesty ass shit. Nah, man, that don't sound like a good time.
And later indictments tied him to the Black Gorilla family, one of Baltimore's most notorious.
I don't want to be knocked up. What the hell? What the hell I look like waking up, walking out my cell, and this is what I see? What the fuck? What type of goofy ass? This shit is homo. No, that's why I be looking at niggas that go to jail all the time like, y'all niggas look suspect.
Gangs. And in 2024, Harrison admitted to racketeering conspiracy that included paying $10,000 for a murder for hire in 2014 after a man allegedly owed him money for consignment drugs, a deal carried out through a BGF hitman already linked to multiple retaliatory shootings. That plea added 25 years to his record, running concurrently with his earlier sentence, and painted him as more than just a rising rapper but an active figure in organized crime, with investigators noting that his music videos and image were used to bolster his reputation on the streets. His downfall became another example of how Baltimore's rap scene and violent gang culture often overlap, with fame and ambition intertwined with a lifestyle that brought federal surveillance, lengthy indictments, and ultimately decades in prison. Roddy Ricch is a Baltimore rapper signed to Def Jam, whose catalog includes Never Enough, Head Up, and the project Realest Richest Youngin.
It's crazy how many niggas like get on with music and get on making a lot of, a lot of cha-ching, a lot of chow, and you will never hear about them. Cause who? No disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck? Who is this? And he making money. He signed. There's so many people making music, money off music, bro. You just be surprised, like, you know.
Followed by Realest Richest Youngin 2. Credible outlets and label posts consistently identify him by stage name, and a legal name is not listed in any publicly accessible Department of Justice releases or mainstream reporting I could locate, while his verified pages and interviews also use only Roddy Ricch. In early March of 2025, veteran Baltimore reporter Justin Fenton reported that a federal judge sentenced him to 27 months for illegal gun possession. The same day, other local reporters echoed that update, and subsequent body camera-based videos circulated online, showing an earlier incident where police stopped him in a Corvette and recovered a firearm framed by uploaders as an aborted attempt to flee. I could not find a court-filed narrative tied to that video.
Why would you do that?
But the federal sentence for the gun case is reported by multiple journalists. He emerged from West Baltimore's scene in the late 2010s, linked up with Route Runner and Def Jam, and built momentum with collaborations alongside OTR Chaz, YBS Scola, and Peasy, plus features and performance looks on platforms like Uprock Sessions and the DTLR mini-documentary. Press described him as a Baltimore-born artist who later worked out of Los Angeles, with Def Jam promoting his debut project. Public sources do not document any confirmed gang affiliation or racketeering indictment for him as of now. The on-record legal trouble that is verifiable is the illegal gun possession case, resulting in the 27-month federal sentence, while his musical story centers on Def Jam releases, high-view singles like Never Enough, and a steady run of videos such as Racketini, Popular, and Digidash. Lord X, legal name Xavier Johnson, age 33, was arrested in October of 2020 and later indicted along with 18 other people in a 42-count state case in Baltimore. The indictment alleged he led a criminal enterprise using his music persona, Lord X, sometimes called the South Baltimore Godfather.
More than $1 million worth of drugs seized by state investigators, but that's not the only crime here. This drug bust is also allegedly linked to the murder of a former Baltimore basketball star.
That's crazy, bro. I don't understand. Like, I know in real life, I knew a lot of niggas that was living a double life. Like, sometimes they be hooping and they playing football, and the other time they be in the streets, and a lot of times the streets be wanted. But it just be crazy seeing that shit, how nobody, like the teachers don't even know for real. Like there's some people in the school who know, motherfucker ain't around here just talking about it. and the teachers don't know, the parents don't know. These niggas be like really having shit going on. I don't be getting it.
Tonight, Annie Rose Ramos with the indictment of 19 people, including a Baltimore rapper. Annie Rose.
Well, Nicole, this is what over $1 million worth of drugs looks like, seized by authorities during their investigation into a Baltimore-based drug gang run by rapper Lorax.
We recovered nearly 9 kilos of fentanyl. That's about 20 pounds.
An investigation leading authorities to stash houses in Baltimore, where they found guns, heroin, and 9 kilos of fentanyl.
And 9 kilos.
Bro, they going, you don't know how much time they finna get for that fentanyl. Bro, 9 kilos? My God, 9 kilos, nigga? 9. They're never seeing the sun again, bro. All that shit on top of the fent, you're never seeing, no. Why do people be having that? I don't even understand. Like, I understand you can cut it, but like, you know, bro, the time that I'm getting for that shit, I'm not touching that.
It could cause
9 kilos?
Deaths of 4 million people.
Maryland's Attorney General.
Oh my, all y'all done.
Indictments of 19 alleged.
Bro, they got it all laid out too. They got street level managers, street level. They got the leaders, second in command. This is like real talk. Like, this was going on. Why is Kirby a street level distributor? He was snitching. See, this little shit I can tell off a mugshot. He was snitching. He was snitching. He might have snitched. He looked like he might have snitched too. He looked stupid. Like, he looked like he just would anything. He ain't worried about nothing. He looked like he kind of whatever too, but he looked like he snitched. He like, he dumb. He ain't gonna snitch. He gonna ride it out like a dumbass.
Gang members
who were involved in a drug trafficking organization.
Starting with their accused leader.
The leader was a man named Xavier Johnson.
Xavier Johnson, a rapper known as Lorax.
Johnson would direct members to rent apartments that served as the enterprise's drug stash location.
To fund, manage, and supervise stash houses for drugs and weapons, direct others in drug distribution, and finance gang operations. Investigators say the enterprise trafficked large amounts of fentanyl, including mixtures with fentanyl, heroin, and other controlled dangerous substances. They seized nearly 9 kilograms of fentanyl and multiple firearms during investigations involving search warrants and sting operations. Among the overt acts listed in the filings is the murder of Gerald Brown in June 2019. Brown, a former basketball star, had been asked by Johnson to rent an apartment for the enterprise. After that apartment was raided, prosecutors say Brown refused to go down for recovered items and shortly thereafter was killed. Lorax pleaded guilty in September of 2023 to 1 count of organizing, supervising, and financing the gang and 2 counts of possession of large amounts of a drug mixture containing fentanyl. In February of 2024, a judge sentenced him to 15 years in prison after suspending much of a 40-year term. The deal tied him to a 25-year suspended sentence hanging over him, and the first 10 years of the prison time would be without parole. Z18 Will, identified by prosecutors as William Barnett of Baltimore, was indicted in October of 2024 alongside Jerome Waters and Calvin Israel for the robbery, kidnapping, and murder of Queens marijuana dealer Julian Mijares, a case that drew headlines after the victim's body was found in a U-Haul van with multiple gunshot wounds. Federal filings say the 3 Baltimore men drove to New York to set up a deal, then stormed a stash house in Bayside, tied up Mejias and another dealer, forced one into a Jeep and Mejias into a U-Haul, and stole roughly 30 pounds of marijuana before the killing. Surveillance footage released by investigators show Barnett entering a corner store during the trip, connecting his identity back to Baltimore.
Bro, are you serious? You did all this and then didn't wear a mask and didn't try to be inconspicuous. You wearing very obvious. That shit is ridiculous, bro. Y'all is crazy.
Where he was known as Z18 Will in the rap scene. The indictment charged him with murder while engaged in a narcotics trafficking crime, Hobbs Act robbery, kidnapping, and firearms offenses, carrying potential life sentences. Federal prosecutors called it a brutal interstate hit that turned a routine drug deal into an execution, and New York press highlighted the rare cross-state nature of Baltimore crews bringing violence into Queens. Barnett's name tied directly to Zone 18, a violent section of East Baltimore long known in local police reports for shootings and drug activity.
I don't know why people in the DMV even be playing. Y'all really risking Fed time, bro. Feds will swoop y'all dumb ass up. Y'all risking that for what? I don't even understand gang banging in general no more, especially if I'm older. Y'all little ass nigga be tweaking. Like, y'all don't be having no reason for doing the goofy shit that y'all do. And y'all be trying to push it like y'all doing, like y'all big P, like a big pimping, big boss. See a big bitch. That's what I see, man. Y'all doing all this hurting the community, bro. Go get a real job, man. Get some real money, man. Get some real motherfucking motion, man. Lame, man. Shit, y'all. Weird. I'm gonna call the weirdos out on Fun and Grave. Anybody else I'm gonna do it. Gotta call the weirdos and the lames out, man. He a mark, say he a mark. Now with Diddy, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. Do I feel like Diddy was doing some crazy shit? Yes. Do I feel like Diddy most likely probably did a lot of the shit he was accused of? Yes. But y'all didn't take that angle in the court. Y'all tried to paint him like a sick freak. And he is a sick freak. But everything was legal. And if y'all gotta bring him down, well, not everything, but like he just you feel me? He'd get with a girl, he'd smash her, then he'd goddamn, I guess, make quote unquote make her quit her job, and then he'd be smashing her, and then she be okay with the, you feel me? Ain't like he goddamn put a gun to her head and say do these. She doing it. What the fuck?
Diddy has just been sentenced to over
all these people gotta be sure me.
Prison, putting an end to the freakiest trial in hip-hop history. Acquitted of racketeering and sex trafficking, Diddy was found guilty back in July for 2 lesser charges of transportation for the purpose of prostitution, aka flying hoes out. All of the allegations brought up throughout this trial, from cars blowing up, shots being fired, guns being found, and tons of lubricating evidence, seem to have no effect on the case. A major win for Diddy, but the battle wasn't over. Diddy would break down into tears in court, begging the judge for mercy, pleading that he's a changed man and learned from his mistakes.
Yeah.
Diddy's kids would even speak to the judge.
It's crazy.
Asking for their father's freedom and to consider their 2-year-old sister who constantly asked every night for her daddy.
Crazy.
Federal prosecutors would state they recommend 132 months, an 11-year prison sentence. But the judge would deny the recommendation, finding it too harsh. Instead, the judge would sentence Diddy to 50 months in federal prison, which is 4 years and 2 months to be more specific. Diddy would also receive credit for the 14 months he'd spent incarcerated, putting him at exactly 3 years to serve in prison.
So my main question with this is, now, don't shoot the messenger. Why he the only one that's going to jail? Everybody should be going to jail. I feel like the security guard should be going to jail. He didn't say nothing. The manager should be going to jail. Whoever helped setting this up, should, you know, he didn't say nothing. The alleged S workers should be going to jail. They didn't. They're S workers. You goddamn everybody, even the girl that's in here. He didn't put a gun or beat these women ass and be like, yeah, come goddamn do this. Like, even with R. Kelly, why R. Kelly the only one going to jail, bro? I ain't saying niggas shouldn't be in jail, but like, why is the parents that was putting they kids up to get flew out by a grown ass man not in prison right now? I don't understand it, bro. Y'all coming on this documentary like, yeah, I gave my kid up for $20,000.
But things actually get even better. Federal prison requires 85% of a sentence to be served, meaning with good behavior, Diddy can be released in just over 2.5 years, putting his release date in 2028. So how will federal prison be for Diddy? Because of his minor criminal history, Diddy doesn't qualify to be sent to a United States penitentiary.
No, he's good.
These are the deadliest compounds in the federal system, controlled by racial politics and gangs.
He's good.
A step down would be a medium, but Diddy is likely to find himself in a low or even a camp. These are the most minimal custody facilities, with some not even being fenced in.
Yeah.
His celebrity status will absolutely benefit him in prison, and just a few years ago, Diddy was reportedly a billionaire. But this legal case would knock his net worth down to 200 to 400 million, still making him one of the richest inmates in the federal prison system.
That's crazy.
Money
though.
Inside of prison also means power. And I wouldn't be surprised if Diddy has multiple cell phones to stay entertained and in contact with the outside world.
Definitely, definitely.
Sobered up after all this time off the streets, he'll definitely have access to drugs in prison. If
For
not,
sure.
the ability to control the drug trade.
But I don't think, I mean, you know, he could do that, but I could also jump off my balcony. I don't want to do that. I don't think Diddy wants to do that. Y'all know what he's trying to say though. If he wants to like be the big dog, he can be the big dog. If I'm in Diddy case, look, I'm finna go here. I'm finna pay the big dog. All right, you run this shit. I'm just trying to be like, yeah, I'm trying to be smooth, bro. I ain't really, yeah, whatever. Like, what y'all need? Commissary, phones, cool. All right, bet. You, like you said, he not even fenced in. Fucking Bandman Kevo talking about he running, going off the prison yard, going to have sex with his wife, coming back, and not getting caught. He said he got caught like one time. I don't know, bro. It just be crazy how you can do certain crimes and like, I ain't saying, I don't know. It's just crazy how you can do certain crimes and end up in different places.
Whatever spot he lands.
It's really crazy.
While this trial wasn't filmed, artwork would be released showing Diddy in a number of positions.
It's not funny. That's not.
His knees, as he found out all the money spent on his legal team still wasn't enough for him to walk free. While 4 years
so much
isn't
money
much compared to what he could have got, try to understand how long 4 years is. High school, college,
yeah,
serving in the military.
Yeah.
4 years is enough to have a significant impact on one's life. Be it
For real,
good or
yeah.
bad.
He ain't lying.
The most time Diddy's ever had to do in his life, he'll be released at roughly 57 to 58 years old,
right,
and will still be very, very wealthy. He's likely to return to his throne, interviews propelling him back into the algorithm, and business ventures placing him right back into the yachts and mansions.
That's true, and he ain't lose it all.
Influence will likely have him working out, and he may even come home healthier than before he went in. Prison is what you make it. A life lesson for many, or a repetitive cycle. Rehabilitation is only accomplished by putting in the work yourself. So imagine being locked in a library, endless amounts of knowledge. But if you never open a book, you'll never leave smarter than when you went in. Now, do I see Diddy getting in trouble in prison? To be honest, I can see him getting caught with contraband like a cell phone at the most. He has enough money to pay whoever to hold his shit down, and you gotta think, there's guys in prison that nobody sends money to. Imagine Diddy comes into the cell and says, hey, you're gonna hold my phone, my weed, and whatever else I tell you to do. I'm gonna put $1,000 on your books every month. He just changed that man's life and essentially made him prison rich, as most people who get money might not even see $100 in a month.
For sure.
Now, it's also said
that's fact
he qualifies for a drug program that can reduce his sentence another year. And once he's short timing, he'll be sent to a halfway house. So Diddy's release could come sooner than many think.
It's true. I ain't gonna lie. It's crazy how he can do all that, and like it's really about how much. Okay, don't get me wrong. You did certain shit, you're not getting off. Like, you know, murder and drunk driving and all that shit, you're just not getting off. But it depends if you got that money on. Like, he got that money on. Like, he almost beat it. Thug almost beat his case. Like, young boy beat his shit. If Dirk come home, don't let Smirk come home. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Do not let Smirk come home. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna prove a point. Money just fixes problems. As long as you didn't do no overly crazy shit. You can't do no overly crazy shit. I can't just goddamn throw a TV off my balcony and hit a car on top. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I can do some stupid shit because I got money. You just gotta be careful with that money, I know, because they make you lose your mind. You don't want to end up like P. Diddy, man. P. Diddy, an asshole. You don't want to end up like that, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning into the stream. I'm Fun on Greg. I'll be back later. You know how I'm coming, probably come with the GTA, you know,